Renee Carter walked into the boardroom with practiced calm. Her colleagues greeted her with polite nods, already gathered around the long table. While today's agenda was filled with routine updates, Renee had something else on her mind. She waited patiently through the usual reports, her expression composed, but her focus sharp. When the room finally quieted, all eyes turned to her. Instead of moving to the next agenda item, Renee leaned forward, voice steady. "Before we continue," she began, "I need to address something I experienced firsthand in our hospital. A failure, not of medicine, but of empathy." A ripple of discomfort passed through the room. Renee described her recent visit to the emergency department, not as a leader, but as a patient. She spoke plainly of the pain, the long wait, the dismissive tones, the assumptions that overshadowed her symptoms. "I wasn't seen for my pain," she said. "I was seen through someone else's judgment. If it could happen to me, someone with influence here, what happens to those without a voice?" Silence followed. Some looked down. Others nodded. When one board member suggested it was just one doctor's error, Renee shook her head gently. That's the problem. It's not about one doctor. It's about a culture." The mood shifted. Conversations turned from confusion to commitment. Ideas flowed. Empathy training, patient feedback systems, and accountability measures. A fellow board member proposed training on implicit bias. Renee agreed, adding, "Empathy shouldn't be optional. It should be our foundation." From that meeting forward, change began. Renee spent the following weeks deeply involved, drafting new care policies, launching staff training on communication, and setting up patient feedback systems. Slowly, she began to notice changes. Staff greeted her not just with respect, but understanding. Even Dr. Richards, who had once dismissed her symptoms, offered her a quiet, genuine nod in the hallway. One afternoon, Renee returned to the emergency department, the place where her journey began. The atmosphere was different. Staff were kinder, more attentive. She watched a nurse take the time to explain next steps to a worried patient. Small moments, but meaningful ones. She spotted a woman nearby, pressing a hand to her chest, her face drawn in pain. Renee approached gently. "Has anyone seen you yet?" The woman shook her head. "They said soon, but it's getting worse." Renee found a nurse and calmly but firmly advocated for care. A doctor responded within minutes, treating the woman with immediate seriousness. Relief spread across the woman's face. From across the room, the doctor looked up and nodded toward Renee. "Thank you, Dr. Carter," he said, as if her presence alone reminded the room of what care should feel like. Later, at the nurse's station, the young intern who had once offered her a moment of kindness during her ER visit spotted her. "I didn't expect to see you here," he said, smiling. "I just wanted to observe," Renee replied. "It looks like things are changing." "That's because of you," he said. In the following weeks, data confirmed what Renee had been seeing. Patient satisfaction was rising. Staff morale had improved. People were listening. An email from the advocacy office shared stories. Patients who were now being taken seriously. Lives saved because someone took an extra moment to care. One patient, once dismissed as anxious, was correctly diagnosed with a heart condition after staff re-evaluated him with fresh eyes. Then came a call from Dr. Richards. "I've been working with the interns on communication," he said. "It's been humbling, but it's helping. Thank you for holding me accountable." Renee was moved. His transformation wasn't just professional, it was personal. The ripple of change was real. Weeks later, the hospital held a ceremony in the atrium. a celebration of the new patient-centered initiatives. Staff from every department attended. A small plaque was revealed in Renee's honor, but it wasn't the plaque that moved her. It was the stories, the intern who had caught a rare diagnosis, the nurse who stayed late to comfort a frightened child, the culture that was finally shifting. She stepped up to speak, voice clear and warm. "The truth is, I didn't do this alone," she said. "You did. You saw the need for change and chose to meet it with courage and care." She left the hospital that evening in a quiet dusk. No fanfare, just a sense of peace. The halls that once echoed with her frustration were now alive with compassion. And though she knew there was still more to do, Renee also knew one thing with certainty. This hospital was healing, inside and out.